Good day, Captain.
You with the Jade Swan? Loading and unloading only. Stay clear of the military barracks. Cargo haulers are restricted to the cargo bay.
Hold up. This area is for SY-920 military only. Rules are rules. Can't let you in unless you're military. It's classified too, I bet. Sometimes I feel like I can't even tell someone my own name without declassifying it first. All right, fine. You're good. Just be quick about it. This station are some of the best in the galaxy. My bag's fine. We really need someone patrolling the barracks.
There's sensitive equipment. Corrupt media and There's been rumors of soldiers smuggling personal items into the station.
State your business. Logging ensign level clearance. Go on ahead.
Good. And no alarms or warnings on the comms. Music to my ears. If you found a uniform, be sure to put it on. They'll provide some cover. Don't know what you're after, but I'm guessing there'll be another checkpoint. This far down, you might need a clearance code. I don't like deliberately drawing attention to yourself, but a disguise is never a bad idea. The uniform won't be enough though. You'll need to find a computer with the code. Try the security office. They likely have a computer there that has what you need. Going down for now. We'll talk again once you've located your target.
Not yet. Gotta get clearance at the security station and then head on over to guard corps.
Hurry. You know what they say, Marine? If you're 15 minutes early, you're still 10 minutes late.
I don't know you, Ensign. You sure you have clearance? Need your clearance code, Marine. All right, Ensign, let's hear it. Sorry, Ensign. Code doesn't match. Need your clearance code, Marine. All right, Ensign, let's hear it. You're clear, Ensign Akasaka.
Test flights for the latest prototypes are ready to go.
I don't recognize your face, Ensign. If you weren't assigned to this level, Ensign, you need to leave.
For more personnel. It seems there was an accident.
It's always something with that doctor.
Not to change the subject, but are we concerned about the potential leaks?
No. Until you can provide more substantial proof.
Yu here. Cargo's almost unloaded. We'll be departing shortly. You are, and I've delivered you just as Delgado asked. That being said, I can stay in orbit for a short while. I'll need to send word to Delgado anyway, if you don't get off that station. But it looks like you'll need to find your own way off the ship. That doesn't mean you're trapped. On a station this big, there are bound to be other vessels you can steal. As a member of the Crimson Fleet, I trust you can handle that. I like the confidence. Either way, you're going to get your chance to prove it. Good luck. If you make it out alive, next time you're at the Nova, I'll buy you a drink.
I've heard the team's looking for more test pilots.
Intercepting transponder data from Alpha System.
Can you talk to the commander? Get me reinstated? Natara's doing you a favor, Marcine. Would you prefer to court-martial? Dishonorable discharge? Because all of that was on the table. I would have preferred things to remain as they were, so I made a mistake. But my work on the Comspike was and is irrelevant. Dr. Vogel will do just fine without you. Besides, we both know the only reason you were on that project was to bloat the budget so we could embezzle the creds. And to that end, your share of the funds should be transferred to your Gal Bank account shortly. What am I supposed to even say to that? Those funds are the reason I don't have a job. You can start by saying thank you. Hell, I even warned you not to poke the bear. Commander Natara being the Ursine Predator in this analogy. Aaron was right. I should have never hit send. Yeah, you screwed up. Royally. But you can protect Dr. Gong and all the King's subjects by keeping your mouth shut from now on. Yeah. Hey, you want my advice? On some planet at the edge of the galaxy where you can relax for a bit. Lean back. Really dig your feet in the sand. Just get your mind off all this. Oh, and stop with the sad puppy dog face, too. Makes you look guilty. And what kind of face am I supposed to have? The face of someone who got away with it.
Wait, who are you? Why are you in here? Did you not see the sign? Oh, yes. I've been studying decryption of all types for quite a long time. Probably since before you took your first crab jump. Signal protocol, quantum ratchet symmetry, interleaving data extrapolation. You name it, I've lectured on it. I've probably forgotten half of it, but I definitely knew it once. Don't you mean access to the ship? Because the Comspike isn't a device, it's a module. It's attached to a prototype in one of our docking ports. We're still in the testing phase, running decryptions across a variety of signal types, but the results so far have been very promising. It can even interpolate signal data lost in the retrieval. It really is a wondrous technology. Yes, it's not quite cracking the Enigma code, but it will give us a significant tactical advantage. We'll be able to infer everything from battle plans to meal consumption. Not that we'd care about that sort of thing. Outside of the effects of diet on combat readiness. And yes, there are certain kinks to be worked out, missing parts and the occasional traumatic injury here and there, but it's all part of the adventure. Oh, it's ready. We're long past the inference stage. Statistical models can only go so far. And now that we've corrected the prior mishaps, it's time for real flesh and blood pilots to stress test the systems. The kind unafraid to make the necessary sacrifices. In short, I've requested a full squadron of these brave and fearless Marines to be transferred to the station. They'll give the prototype a final run, and provided there are minimal casualties, we can present our findings to Mast. Splendid. That was fast. I thought I put in the request this morning. Normally my requests aren't given this much attention, let alone haste. It seems a tad suspicious. I see. It would have been nice if they kept me in the loop. I am the project lead, after all. You're right. We do need to hurry if we're going to have this module ready in time. All right, you've convinced me. You're the new task pilot. You'll need a uniform and a terminal password to authorize a flight and get past Natara's cumbersome checkpoints. The uniform you can get in the locker room area, the password you get from me. You'll find the prototype ship at Docking Bay 8. Use the password to access the flight terminals in the control center. And of course, best of luck. You are doing science a great service by undertaking this sacrifice.
I need a real drink when we're done here.
Reporting for duty, pilot? Another test flight, huh? You pilots are braver than me. You're clear to pass. Don't forget to schedule the flight in the control center.
Prototype ship, you are cleared for takeoff. We'll begin the test on your departure.
Recording test flight data. Please adhere to the scheduled flight plan and let us know if you have any issues.
that airlock and get aboard.
Well, well, well. Welcome back, Rook. Looks like you got a new toy for me. We'll take care of things from here.
Head on in. We'll take the ship to another port so Jazz can have a look.
Always listen to Delgado. Unless you want to get killed.
Rook?
Nice to know Neva was right about you. It's good to have a promising rookie with the fleet. I won't deny I helped. Let's hope the compensation reflects that, huh? Anyway, I believe I owe you a drink. It's the last time I'm paying, of course. Because if Delgado's right about Crix's legacy, you've earned more than your fair share already with that comm spike. Yeah, although I get why you didn't give me the details. If I had known this was about the legacy, I might have asked for a bigger cut. Sounds like you're on board as a true believer. I have to admit, the way things are going, I'm starting to believe myself. Anyway, I've kept you long enough. Now that you've had your drink and my debt is paid, it's time for you to give Delgado the good news. Big enough to explode that bomb. Soon, everyone is going to feel it.
Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the comm spike, but an entire prototype UC ship. I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Should have taken the compliment, Rook. Dale doesn't give those out often. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She gave you some really high praise. Said you were a pro.
And from what I hear, receiving praise from Juan Dayu is quite an accomplishment. All in all, a job well done. Now, on to the business at hand. Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have 2 of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other. Comm spike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right, that leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution. There's a corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4.
You damn right she can. My girl can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut. Literally, I've seen her do it. Lost good money on that bet.
All right, let's not get carried away, neighbor. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent. She's had her deft little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward, we all split the cash. Don't worry. When Crixus' legacy is aboard the Key, we'll be splitting plenty of cash. Until then, I want you to do everything Estelle asks. Follow her instructions to the letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Sauvage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting, but chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us, so I want you focused. We are one step away from Crixus' legacy, and we cannot afford any screw-ups.
Every time I see Radley smile, I want to punch him in the face.
Here to upgrade that ship of yours? Bannock 4 is a ringed planet, uninhabitable, with heavy electromagnetic discharges that extend far beyond its exosphere. It would be impossible to land on the planet's surface, so our only hope is that the legacy is trapped within its ring. Sure, it's not like I'm busy keeping this rust bucket of a station from falling apart. All right, let's see what you need.
What kind of name is Sysdef anyway?
Let's get out of here.
back, Agent. You're cleared to dock at docking port 1.
Airlock integrity looks good.
Greetings, Captain.
Commander Ikande's so decorated.
Pardon.
I wouldn't want to be there at mast when the commander has to explain taking the comm spike.
It seems you had quite the eventful mission on your hands. You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process. As you've probably guessed, not very well. Keeping Mast out of the loop regarding this particular mission has proven exceptionally difficult. But we've managed to keep your involvement in the dark. Sparing the lives of the soldiers on SY-920 has definitely made our position with the top brass much easier. But you did so with an abundance of stealth and restraint. That's exactly what we're looking for in a SysDef operative.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report. Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem? The conduction grid?
That's brilliant, but is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
That's the case. Inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake. The fact that our common enemy owes its existence to the United Colonies, of course. It was the riot at the Lock, touched off by Jasper Cricks, that inspired him to create the Crimson Fleet in the first place.
Thanks to your assistance, we'll be able to rectify that mistake, and MAST will authorize an all-out assault.
Of course I am, but it's a calculated risk. It's long overdue. All right, I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
Remember to turn in any evidence fragments you find. It's good to have you back. What can I do for you? Nice work. Let me take a look. I'll be damned. So some of the UC guards at the Lock helped touch off the riots. Everyone thought he was some kind of legendary criminal mastermind, but even the great Jasper Cricks needed a helping hand to get out of prison. Anything else? Finally. We've been tracking the Jade Swan for almost a year, but Captain Dayus somehow remained one step ahead. Every time we've scanned that ship, it's come up empty. Well, she's not going to skate away this time. Nice work. Anything else? Cost overruns, siphoning project funds? How deep does this well go? Our forensic accounting team is going to have their hands full. I'll send this to MAST right away. Let's just hope that a few rotten apples within the UC haven't spoiled the entire bunch. That it? We were aware that Miss LaRue was involved with Fergus Wickham. When her body was recovered, SysDef assumed he was the culprit. Sounds like we had it wrong. Should have pinned the murder on this Clay Dietrich perp. Well, we'll have to clear that up. Nice find. That it? Understood. Keep searching and you're bound to find more. Yeah. I figured it was only a matter of time before this came up. The reason I didn't bring up the Crimson Fleet is, well, I was one of them. It's something I'm not exactly proud of. He knows quite a bit about my journey. But I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention this conversation to him. I know a great deal about how they operate, what frequencies they use, their encryption techniques, their methods. So, in short, yes. Common ground, but not a common beginning. I was recruited out of New Atlantis by Neva Mora. She said I was making a name for myself, and it caught the fleet's attention. I was thrilled. It was a chance at bigger and better scores and gave me a ticket off-world. Why the heck would I say no? I raised hell on New Atlantis until someone stood up and took notice. And just like Adler Kemp stuck his neck out and vouched for you, someone else in the fleet did the same thing for me. In fact, it was my idea to send you to Sidonia for your first, well, I suppose you call it a mission. Even if I had, I was ignoring the potential repercussions. They took me in. Delgado ran me through the paces on Suvorov, and before I knew it, I was part of the team. Now I was making some serious money. That apartment I boasted about in New Atlantis became a joke. I even made enough to buy my own ship. What do you think? It's a giant ice ball. I froze my behind off. We spent a while exploring the surface near the lock, while Delgado laid out his spiel about honor among thieves and all that nonsense. Never got a look inside the facility like you did. I would have agreed with you back then, but when I think about it, I feel like I'm living my best life right now. Everything changed thanks to Commander Akande. The man basically saved my life. I owe him everything. He's a special man. I've never met anyone else like him. Look, I've already said too much. I promised Commander Akande I wouldn't talk to anyone about this. All you need to take away is that I've literally walked a mile in your shoes, and I appreciate the risks that you're taking. Carry through with this mission. I promise you I'll be there every step of the way. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
You have permission to speak freely.
Hey.
Yes?
SysDef Marines are the best of the best.
How's the pirating business?
I heard we might see some action soon.
A lot of us had our doubts about you.
Word is you had to steal classified technical.
Anything new to report? 2 reasons. First, Commander Akande's playing this operation extremely close to the vest. That means keeping prisoners under his own roof until this is resolved. Second, we'll be here if you need us.
Excuse me. Nice work on the siren. You keep this up, and this operation might finally...
It'll be fine. You know how I know? Because just last week...
Sir, if I may speak freely, is there a reason for the harsh reprimand? As far as I know, I just tracked a little flooded.
Soldier, have you ever heard of trench?
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I swear, this is all just a big misunderstanding.
Frost-wet trenches on their daily patrols. Prolonged wetness led to circulation.
Oh, well, I just figured we got along so well back there in Sidonia. You might remember everything that I did for you and return the favor. I know you were just doing your job, so I'm not going to hold that against you. I could really use the help. Me? Commit a crime? Oh, you have it all wrong. Do you have any idea how tough it is to earn your way in Sidonia? Either you spend all day in the mines getting your lungs filled with Martian dust, or wear your fingers to the bone working on machinery. All I was trying to do was earn a living. Display a little bit of entrepreneurial spirit. If trying to make a living is considered breaking the law, then lock me up and throw away the key. Well, yes, but that's only because they forced me into their ranks. You've met Naeva. You know how she is. She, threatened to kill me if I didn't do what she said. Come on, you've got to put in a good word for me. So, that's how it is. All right, fine. I'll tell you this, though. The UC can't hold me forever. And when I get out, first thing I'm going to do is hunt you down. That drunken miner? No. Whatever you said to him must have sunk in because I haven't seen him since you left Sidonia. He's lucky. If he would have stumbled into this spear begging for credits again, I would have... well, use your imagination. Are you serious? You actually expect me to be grateful? I don't know SysDef's endgame, but I'd wager that you've bitten off far more than you can chew. No matter what you throw at the fleet, Delgado will find a way out. Right at the broken spear in front of everyone. Any reputation I may have had there is long gone thanks to that little stunt. On top of that, they caught me right in the middle of a... deal I was closing with some long haulers. I guess I can kiss that money goodbye. Finally, some peace and quiet.
I guess you think I have some sad story to tell? That I met some sick orphans on New Homestead and grew a conscience? Or maybe you're the cynical type, and you think I turned a new leaf because I wanted SysDef to go easy on me. The truth is a bit more complicated than that. Yeah, but I'm hardly alone in that. In the fleet, everyone's a traitor to somebody. You see, at my age, you know who you are. And I've always been a thief. I'd swipe a cred stick for my own mother if it had enough zeros on it. But even in a group of cred-hungry thieves, a man has to have a code. Rules. And they're as paper-thin as Delgado's skin when you joke about his arm. Even Nev is a traitor to her own ambition, and Shinya to himself. But it means nothing if the higher-ups are loyal, if you can't keep the rugs from sampling your wares. That's the part that ticked me off. In the fleet, you gotta worry about the guy sleeping next to you, and if he's gonna take a bigger piece of the pie. You gotta wake up the next morning and wonder why your slice is missing and the crumbs are stuck to his face. Yeah, I've had some work done. If you got the Crimson Fleet on your back, you would too. As for the name, that was actually the hard part. You can use 100 different aliases and the system will just add them to the list. Now you can pay a guy to delete the list, but nothing's ever really gone forever. Neva probably paid the same guy to hit rewind. And here we are. And put a bigger target on my back? As far as I'm concerned, the brig is the safest place I can be. The second you drag me into some private room, you're basically telling everyone here that I'm a rat. Well, for one, they don't have much in the way of loot, but they're still important to somebody. You can't just blow up one without it showing up on SSNN, or UC Captain getting a 10-inch stack of slates on his desk. But more importantly, do-gooders are predictable. The pirate code changes depending on who's reciting it. Honest folks, they have a habit of writing their rules down. Why did I join the Regana? Truth is, I just wanted a good night's sleep.
There you are. I was wondering when you'd visit. Should give us a little time to catch up. Well, of course, what choice do I have? Thanks to my own stupidity, my second chance to return to the Crimson Fleet is long gone. And by the time I get out of prison, any hopes I had to return to that life will have fully disappeared. You shouldn't. Clearly, I was never cut out for this sort of thing in the first place. Well, anyway, glad you popped by to say hello. Now, if you wouldn't mind letting an old man get his rest, I'd appreciate it. After getting set up on the key, I traveled to a few settlements to find a base of operations. I was looking for a place that would allow me to pick up information about juicy shipments for the fleet to jump on. I stopped at Gagarin. SysDef was on the ground waiting for me instead of that contact I was expecting to meet. Your friend Toft really pulled the wool over my eyes. Oh yes, quite aggressively. The illegal team will very likely grind me into the dirt. There isn't much I can do about it. The amusing thing is, I don't even think they care very much that the heist went down on their ship. That's a given risk for them. I think they're more embarrassed I was able to gain the position as captain of the Siren under false pretenses in the first place. So you're saying I should be happy that you took me out of the line of fire. I have to confess, I never thought of it that way. Last thing I intended to do with my life was go out in a blaze of glory on Neva or Delgado's behalf. But at the same time, my freedom's gone, so I'm not exactly popping the cap off the vodka bottle and celebrating either. I wouldn't mind a visit from time to time.